Hey there, Reverend Sully, Eric O'Sullivan, ordained on the internet. The caveat, as always, please do not burn your hands holding on to my hot takes. If you do, well, that's on you, pal, or gal, or Bajoran, or Cardassian, or Klingon, or anything. It's time for my Eaglemoss appreciation moment of the week. I love Star Trek, the original Star Trek, real Star Trek, the 735, the 66 to 2005, real Star Trek only. And I've got a bunch of Eaglemoss collectibles of Starfleet, Starcraft that I just love, and I'm so happy to have these models and to share them with you on YouTube. Today, a little love for Deep Space Nine. Let's get this into focus more. Here we go. We got that? Are we getting that into focus? Here we go. This is Deep Space Nine. This was the second spin-off series, well, technically third, because the first spin-off series would have been Star Trek the Animated Series of the early 1970s. This is a spin-off of a spin-off. This came out of Next Generation, and this was about Deep Space Nine, a joint Federation Bajoran space station that used to be the Cardassian Terak Nor. Now, Bajor is a planet on the outskirts of what we know as Federation space. It was heavily contested for years. It was occupied by the oppressive Cardassian bad guys, and was liberated when the planet Bajor was liberated and came under the protection of the United Federation of Planets. So, Deep Space Nine, 7 seasons long. It was a great place for Star Trek stories and for allegory. It's a really interesting TV show. We would call it completely progressive by today's standards. I wouldn't use the W word, and I wouldn't use that word to describe Deep Space Nine one bit. And as always, usually most Eaglemoss come with a great magazine. This one's oversized and won't fit in my binder, but Deep Space Nine had 98 decks, had a docking ring, and planetary defenses for the planet Bajor. But what happened also was this: a stable wormhole opened up, and it's a stable wormhole to the Gamma Quadrant, and therein begins the mystery and the drama and the tension that drives the little show that could. Instead of going out to the universe comes to Deep Space Nine. So it had allegorical messages. It didn't have to be necessarily about which Earth nation is occupying which Earth nation's land and government. It can just be about allegory, and that the Cardassians were occupying the planet Bajor with an oppressive government, and were kicked out under militarily, and then but this is just a great model. I love this. It doesn't have a stand. It is its own stand. And we had Avery Brooks playing Commander, then Captain Benjamin Sisko. We had a really good crew and cast, an ensemble cast. And also, you can tell in this show, when Gene Roddenberry passed away, you could feel a tonal shift where this went from being about cerebral allegory to being straight up almost action adventure with the Dominion War. On the other side of the wormhole in the Gamma Quadrant is another oppressive military government known as the Dominion. And they come through the wormhole to try to oppress and subdue us in the Alpha Quadrant. So then became the Dominion War. And Deep Space Nine is a really, really good show. And I just got the box set. I'm going to be doing a complete rewatch along with Clobberin' Times, Mike Alonso, and his first officer, Raquel Briggs, R.M. Briggs, when they get to it in a few months after they're done with Star Trek Next Generation. They're going to naturally move on to Deep Space Nine and Voyager and Enterprise. And I'm going to hook on then with a grand rewatch of this show that I watched in its initial viewings. I taped them on videotape, and I taped them all. I think that I love how Sisko explains life, a linear timeline life, to the denizens of the wormhole, these immortal beings, energy beings. And he uses baseball as the metaphor about how you don't know what to expect with each pitch. And that's what makes it interesting. And Avery Brooks was such an amazing actor. It is. And it was a great, juicy role for him. And it was a great cast. And these are good stories. And the active ingredient of allegory is everywhere in this amazing show. And my favorite episode is the one where the Ferengi nephew of Quark's, Nog, he enters Starfleet Academy, and due to the Dominion War depleting the ranks, was graduated too soon, and he lost his leg in the defense of a planet, one of these hills that in war stories are just so often changing hands between enemy forces and allied forces. And it was just his war wound and him being a wounded warrior was just so very compelling to me. And I just love the religious overtones of it, the spiritual overtones. And it doesn't have to be earthborn problems. It can be just its fictional universe and how it relates to our earthborn problems. And it was never preachy. And it was just what a good show. So yes, this is Deep Space Nine, my Eaglemoss. I'm sharing with you today. And that's pretty much all I got to say for today. They're not scaled to each other. They don't have to be. They're just faithful, very highly detailed die-cast models. And they're so well done. This is great. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Please check out my friends Clobberin' Times and R.M. Briggs. They do a Star Trek show every Saturday night where they cover about 4 episodes of the real Star Trek. They've done, you can rewatch on your own and tune in and catch up. And I'll leave their description I'll leave their link in the description below. And give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Leave a comment in the comment section. What are your feelings about Deep Space Nine? Next week, we're going to cover the Deep Space Nine starship, the Defiant. I've got Defiant docked right over there. We're going to take a big peek at her. And give me a subscribe if you could be so kind. I make spiritual content. I'm an ordained minister, an amateur theologian. I say, let's get spiritual, and we do occasionally. I'm also a professional line cook, a professional chef. I share with you some restaurant quality hacks so you can make delicious, nutritious, and beautiful food at home so you can share it with your loved ones when you're breaking bread together. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's Eaglemoss appreciation of the TV show Deep Space Nine and its model. Yes, Terak Nor. You have a great day. Cheers. May the force be with you? No. In infinite diversity is infinite combinations. Live long and prosper. And, as Kirk said in episode 23 of season 2 of the original series, E plebnista. E plebnista. We the people. This matters to the Yangs and the Khans, or it doesn't matter at all. And that's something that New Trek has sorely forgotten with its one-sided, well-intended, but one-sided awfulness. Yeah, it's preachy as hell, and it's not even good. But hey, let's be positive and let's just watch some real Trek and really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Cheers.